Hey y'all, it's Jessie with the Army Wife Knitting Life podcast. Today is Vlogmas Day 7. Woohoo! We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, y'all. I am so excited. Only 18 days left, I think. Yeah, 18. I'm really bad at math, which is sad since my dad's a mathematician now. But that math skills skipped me. The most math I can do is how to figure out when I'm making a sweater how many stitches I need to increase evenly by. That's the extent of my math. So I'm already in pajamas for the day, and I am rocking, as my nephew calls it, genie hair. So it's actually physically up on top of my head, and he calls it that. He's 9. He just had his birthday recently. He calls it genie hair because for some reason he's seen an episode or two of I Dream of Jeannie, and he thinks when I go like this, it looks like her. So it's genie hair. Because that's how I sleep. I can't sleep with it down. Anyways, that is so off topic, it's not even funny. This is a hot mess day 2 for Vlogmas. So, today I wanted to talk about, for Christmas trivia and related things, is Christmas carols and songs. I was reading an article the other day that psychologists say that Christmas music is actually detrimental to your health. And I was kind of trying to figure out why on earth they would think that. Is it something about the rhythm, syncopation, the words? What is it? And it talked about how hearing Christmas music causes anxiety and stress, and it also exacerbates depression. Because people that feel lonely during the holidays, when they hear that music, it starts to get them in the mindset of, I'm going to be alone and there's no one here with me. And it kind of starts a vicious cycle, and it also causes stress and anxiety, which most knitters and yarn people can relate to with trying to finish gifts on time. I know that I have spent a year or two sitting up at 2 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Well, actually by that point it's Christmas morning, just saying one more row, and hoping that I can finish off whatever gift it is and bind off before I absolutely pass out and have to wake up at 7 to start with drinks and Christmas family traditions at our house. So I definitely get that, but I am a person that loves Christmas music. I listen to it all year long. I keep the stations favorited on Pandora, and although here I technically can't have Pandora, so I just have a bunch of albums on iTunes that I listen to, because you can't, I don't know why, but you can't stream music here in Germany, so at least not through Pandora and Amazon. I haven't tried Spotify though, but I'm also not a big Spotify user. I've never touched it before, so I'm not worried. I have plenty of Christmas music on iTunes for me to listen to, and there's YouTube as well. So what are some of your guys' favorite Christmas songs? I know that traditional wise, my favorite song is Carol of the Bells. It's absolutely beautiful, and my favorite version plays, I grew up going to Branson around Christmas time every year once they start their festival, and there's a big tree lighting, and they always play Carol of the Bells at one point or another and the tree, it's syncopated, it's synchronized, that's what I'm looking for, with the song. So it's really cool. If you Google it or YouTube it, you will find what I'm talking about, but I specifically love that version of Carol of the Bells. It's by a man named David Foster, and my mom and I will sit there, because we're both musically inclined, and we sit there and we conduct it, and we're geeks like that. So I really love that one. And as for contemporary music, my mom and I also share a favorite of Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy, which is by Bing Crosby and David Bowie. And actually we love it so much that one year when it was Mother's Day and I couldn't figure out what I was going to get my mom at all, so I did a little thinking and Googling, and I found sheet music for how to play this song, because we both play piano, and I bought the sheet music for her, and I got one of my friends to learn the other part, because it's a duet piece. It's not for one single piano player. It's a piece meant for 4 hands. And we learned it, and we played it for her on Mother's Day. So it's very special to us. And I talk about my mom a lot. I'm super close with my mother, and to the point where like others think I'm crazy. But when you're in a different country, you cling to the familiarity of things. And since my dad works all the time and he works weird hours, I don't get to talk to him very often. But my mom is a preschool teacher when she's in Kansas, but since they've moved, she has not gotten a job yet since there's been so much going on and changes. So they've been there since October, but they knew that they were going to go to my sister's for Christmas, and there's just been so much going on. She's been traveling, so she hasn't started work yet. So I call her every single day. Well, I FaceTime her every single day and we talk. I also do the same with my babcha. Not every day with her, but probably every 2 to 3 days. So, we're super close, and that's very important to me. So, I treasure the closeness with my family, especially since my husband, their family isn't as close-knit as ours is, and half of his family, his mom is from the Philippines, so there is a bunch of people he's never even met in his family, and I can't imagine having that happen. And also we grew up in such a small town that people that live there that aren't related to the military, they live there, their parents live there, their grandparents, sometimes their great-grandparents, their aunts and uncles, they're all in the same town. So I loved that feeling of being in a small town, and it's something I treasure and I hold to the highest importance. So that's not Christmas related, but I think it becomes relevant during the holiday season, since it's supposed to be about a time you spend with family. And Christmas is also special because I also get to see my brother, because I typically only see him once or twice a year. So because both my brother and my sister are a lot older than me. So my brother's the middle child. He's 9 years older. My sister's 11 years older than me. So by the time that I was in like 2nd grade, they were already graduated with high school and they were in college. So seeing them is very special, and I love it. But my brother always, he makes sure that when we have years of Christmas with my babcha, that he comes home and he's with us. This year he is actually going to be in London for Christmas, and he'll be in Sweden for New Year's. So he tends to, on the years that aren't at my babcha's Christmases, he tends to go on safari, which, contrary to popular belief, safari does not have to be in Africa. Safari just literally means travel, trip. And he went to South Africa a few years ago for his safari, and he just fell in love, and so now he keeps up the tradition and the word. So this year it'll be in London and in Sweden. I don't know where in Sweden, but he'll be in Sweden. So let's get on to yarny goodness. Alright, I showed you all the feeder hat yesterday, and I showed you that I'd gotten halfway through my sock. Well, I have 2 finished socks. So that's finished. It's Witch's Brew by Felici with the black heel, toes, and cuffs out of Stroll fingering. And yes, I know that I point over here and go on when I say heels, toes, and cuffs. It's how I say it. But I also started 2 different socks today, because tomorrow I am going on post with my hubs, and I'm going to spend the day there because just after work lets out, we have about an hour to get some dinner or just relax, catch our breath, for him to finish things up, pack the office for the weekend, and then we have our Christmas party. And it takes it's 30 minutes to get to our house from his work. So, and that's on curvy, windy roads, and our car's in desperate need of an oil change too, like our light is on. But we can't get an appointment until next Friday. So we're trying to limit the traveling as much as we can with the car. So I'm going in super early tomorrow, and I'm going to be there all day. So I'm going to be switching in between coffee shops and the library and the PX and the food court and Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. I'm just going to visit everywhere tomorrow. So I started these 2 socks so that I could have a basis, and I'll probably end up starting a third. Not because I think I'm going to finish them all, but because I like to have plenty to do and I want to have options. So the first sock that I started today is this one. This is some Regia Drive color, and that's the brand of Regia. It is Drive color. They don't come in color names, they just have a bunch of numbers, and I couldn't tell you what the number is from the top of my head, but that's what it looks like. I felt like it's been really dark and dreary here. It's been snowing, and I just felt like I needed something bright and summery. So, because we moved from South Carolina, even though I'm a Kansas girl, I am not used to the cold anymore, so I don't like it. So I needed something to remind me of heat and warmth. And the second sock that I started, this one's much further along, is this. This is Arkansas Yarn Co. in the Christmas Ribbon Candy colorway. So, and it's got icicle for its toe. This came as a sparkle sock set from her that you could pre-order. And I showed you it along with its little progress keeper a few days ago. I am actually almost to the heel on that one, so I will probably actually leave that sock here at home tomorrow, just because I don't want to have to worry about counting after I finish the heel. But it's not like I have a shortage of sock needles, guys, at all. At all. So I'm going to have fun with that and relax. And then we have, uh-oh, my box fell. Yarny Goodness Advent Calendar. That is not the one I needed. This is. Okay, here we go. Day 7. Christmas in the Cabin. And here is our color. I've seen this on her Instagram many times. She has a sock set out available in it on her Etsy shop right now. It's absolutely stunning. It's very traditional Christmassy, whereas I feel like her others haven't been, and I love it. I love the traditional, but I also like having more wintry things too, because that way you can wear them throughout winter instead of just leading up to Christmas. So that's all I have for y'all today. So do what makes your heart sing, and for me, that's 2 sticks and string. See ya!